Ooh, I'm live. How exciting. What's up, Snapface? Can you hear me good? Yeah, trying out this new uh forum kind of Invader Moss had a on his live feed, he had this StreamYard and it seemed like a pretty good live stream um program. And so I figured I'd give it a try. And it's a bit pricey, but it looks really good, man. Hopefully you can hear me. Let's see. Everything looks like it's working good, man. So my audio was giving me weird issues the last 10 minutes or so. But yeah, if you can hear me, let me know, man. That'd be great. I think I don't have any audio in my speaker in the back, so I can't hear myself, but I can turn myself up on my phone a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I got audio, man. Got the podcast set up going. Yeah, man, I'm trying. Now all I need is people to watch, right? Oh, man, I tell you, I've been really working on trying to do the live stream and get it going. Thanks, man. Audio's good. Okay. Trying to commit on a regular time to do it. And and I'm thinking Fridays really work best for me. I get 3 days off a week for my regular job. And so the first full day that I have off is Friday, and so Friday evening usually, is good for me. Then I can build stuff all day and have something to talk about later that night. But so I just have to wait and see what other people comment or think about Friday. But I think Friday at 5:30 or 6:30 my time is pretty good. You it's Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Yeah, it's kind of tricky. I mean, you're like a whole day and a half ahead, so it's but you're always on here anyway, so it doesn't matter what time I get on. I think you're gonna be here. 12 p.m. Saturday here. Yeah, right on. Oh man, crazy. Yeah, man. So like I say, just man, I've been building. I got up this morning at I got up at 2 and then I thought, well, that's too early. We're gonna go back to bed. But my brain is normally set to get up at 0300. So it's like, I just get up and instead of laying in bed, I may as well get up and do something. So I come out to the garage and I, start cutting and painting and figuring out what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna mess up. and so I got up here at 3 this morning and figured, that Sir Dorky's got the ice challenge going, and I'm not really one for challenges, but I need to do more of them probably. And so I figured, you know, I might as well make this ice box, and that's what I did. Let me bring that up on the screen, man. I'm pretty stoked with the ice box, man. Uh, Let me see. So I should be able to share my screen. Give me 1 second, and let's share the screen. We're going to, yeah, we'll share this screen, and everything should be. Ooh, there is everything. Let me go over here to uh, bring this. Let me go to Photoshop and open up that icebox. I want to show you guys. I had a chance to try a really, really cool product that I bought. And let me go up here to my desktop. Really cool product that I bought. And they're a little bit pricey. I'm not gonna lie, but I can see really how far they go. They really do go pretty far. So let me go over here. Where am I going? Live stream. Here we go. Let me bring one of these pictures up here. Let's bring that up. I think you guys can let me go back over to the live stream and make sure you guys can see this. Can you, whoops, add to stream, um, and let me know if you guys can see this in the comments. That'd be good. It's a bit backwards for me. Hey, Fly Right. Hey, I got stickers, Fly Right. I'll show you tonight, man. Uh, you know, yeah, you're right. The challenges help me, man. you know. Let me know if you guys can. Oh, I can see the thing here. So I want to share with you a product, man, that I got to use. It's an AK Terrains product, and basically the consistency of it. It comes in a little jar, and the consistency of it is like um grout, but colored grout, but really thick. And so yeah, I got the stickers for you, man. I got 100 stickers. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put them, Squarespace doesn't allow me to add different shipping amounts for different products. So, like for the stickers, I was going to do free shipping, but I can't because I already have a shipping method set up, and it's ridiculous. So, at any rate, I'll have to figure out how to get them to you. Just message me your address and we'll get it figured out. But at any rate, so this AK Terrains product, man, it's really cool. You can see uh on this what you call it, this freezer that I built. Let's just go down here and let's just look at this, man. This is a cell phone picture, so it's not going to zoom in. I mean, we're at 213%, but you're not going to get the clarity that I would get with my regular camera. But look at all this hard texturing that I was able to add. Some of this is the Vallejo pigments right here, but this right here and this other really hard texturing up here that you can actually see, and right here on the sides, that's what's called corrosion. What is it called? Okay, yeah, right on. Message me on Instagram, man. That sounds good. Um, the name of the product is rust corrosion, or corrosion effect. Um, and it really, man, when you paint that on there and then you add your little pigments or whatever to it, it really, you can see all the texturing that it gives. It adds a total another layer of uh depth to your builds. And I went a little crazy with the rust like I normally do. But let me open up the other one and show you another angle. Um, for example, let's open up this one. So you can really see on the bottom here too. Look at that rust texture that's added to the oh, thanks, Snap Face. You know what? That's I give a lot of credit to the I'm going to tell you this, and I don't know who else feels like this, but as I'm building this, and you'll see in the video when I post it in a week or so, you know, I'm going along and I'm thinking, man, this looks like crap, man, this looks like junk. I don't know if I'm going to finish. I don't know if I want to do it. But somehow, if you just keep going, man, if you just keep plugging along, I end up with something pretty dang good. And if you put enough rust on it, it's just like it's just like a bad meatloaf or something. If you put enough ketchup on something, it's bound to taste good. And so that's my theory with rust. If you put enough rust on something, it's bound to look good. But look up here in this upper left corner. Look at all that beautiful texture. And that's from that product, man. It's really a cool product. And the other way you can get it, and you don't, once I buy a product, I mean, I kind of have an idea what it's going to do to begin with. And I have ideas about how I can kind of like replicate it without spending $17 on a bottle of, sticky grout that's colored the color of rust. But you really could take some grout, a fine stucco or a fine grout, and mix it in with some pigments and apply it to your models also. And it's going to give you pretty much the same effect as the bottle that I bought. Not to say that the bottle I bought wasn't worth it, because it totally is. I don't have to mix up a bag of grout, and that's great. But it just really adds something really, really cool to the work, man. I really, really like it. And these letters here, I created these. There actually is no uh, vertical logo that I could find, so I took a horizontal one and I just uh, made it into a vertical. And I added an outer glow, and then I put some old 1900s advertisements on here, cocaine toothache drops and different stuff that I thought looked pretty cool. And I'm going to tell you another thing, man. These stickers that I put on here, uh, these are what's called a wet slide decal, and they are not fun. Um, you'll see in the video when I post it that I took, let me go to the front view of this. I I printed out an extra sheet because I knew I was going to mess up about 4 or 5 times. And um, I'll tell you about those in a second, also, but I just wanted to show you this. Look at this texture right here that I added in, and this is all from that AK Terrains product, man. Looks so cool, man. Then this is the pigments, and this is all just styrofoam. I peeled the paper off the styrofoam right here. I just used foam poster foam board. The only thing I 3D printed on this was this old screen cage was something I had in my backyard, and I took I 3D printed a top for this uh, to put the screens on, but that's the only thing I 3D printed on here. And the screen is real. Everything else is just foam, poster foam board, and so. But it came out really nice. And back to these stickers. So you'll see in the video, man, that I post, you've got to take and you've got to spray these. You've got to print out your. Let me see if I still have any here in my that I saved earlier. I'm not sure if I do or not. I Yeah, right here. So what I do is I create this. I find a logo online and I edit out other names that are on the logo, uh, and then you have to print this out on glossy paper, right? And then you once it comes out, you let it dry, and then you spray it with an aerosol, matte, kind of like a waterproofing aerosol that you'd spray photographs with or something. Then you let that dry, and then you got to dunk these in water. You cut them and you dunk them in water, and man, it is a headache. My biggest problem was the amount of time I let them sit in the water. I let them sit. Uh, it suggested 60 seconds. You actually end up need to let those things soak for about 2.5 minutes. I was ruining sticker after sticker, and I was so mad. But let me go back over here to StreamYard. There we go. Stop. Give me 1 second. Stop sharing. There we go. Okay, cool. Right on. Yeah, it is. Snap phase. You're right, man. But the advantage to it is that you have, unlike just cutting out a piece of white printer paper and putting that onto the piece that you're making, and you see all white printer paper. The wet slide decals are totally clear, like decals that you would put like on a model, like a one of those plastic Revel kit models, or whatever. And so they're just like those, except they're not as good as those, because these here come from an inkjet printer, which inkjet ink is water soluble. So but it works. But it is a pain in the butt to put on. But it really there was no other option for this, and some of the other stuff that you might want to build. Let me grab those papers and I'll show you what they look like. There's really no other option, because you just don't want to put a paper decal on there. It might look kind of, for me it would look bad. Let me show you what these things look like. They are called, and I actually have some extras here, because I print out a whole sheet when I do it, because I know I'm going to ruin so many of them. This is what they're called. My big fingers in the way. They're just a water slide decal paper. And oh yeah, Fly Right, I was always terrible trying to paint models. You're on a whole nother level. Yeah, I don't know what level that is, but I'm on a level. You're right. uh, some days the level's better than others. But so yeah, that's what you do. And I just did these in Photoshop. I just took the logo and then I added this logo actually came just the red lettering that you see, but I wanted something on there visual, something for your eye to catch. So I figured that blue outer glow is what it is, with the dissolve blending mode, and that just creates that dusty, speckly looking glow around the outside. So that's what I did on that. But they are a beast to put on. I'm not gonna lie at all. And I have the video, and I included all my screw ups in the video, uh, so that you can see. But it's not so hard if you do find the right amount of time to let the decals soak. Then it's not so bad. There's quite a few steps involved in doing it. You got to print it, you got to spray it, you got to cut it and soak it, and then you can put it on. And then it's got to dry for like 3 hours. But I have a heat gun, so I kind of speed that up. But still, they're really, really, really fragile until they're dry. They're like a wet gummy bear, like the really gelatin. They're really slippery and slimy, and yeah, they're just a beast. Who else is on here? Chiltar, what's going on? Glad to have you, man. Uh, but so at any rate, that I'm really happy with the way that came out. I do have to put a handle on there, a handle plate, and a little chain. I'll probably put that on this evening, and a couple hinges. But other than that, let me grab that thing. I think it came out pretty good, for just some old poster board, you know. Oh, and I put some good old immunization propaganda on there from the 1900s. And the reason I went with some 1900 style posters on here is because Popeye, I'm probably going to use Popeye in this for that Sir Dork challenge. And I figured, well, we'll just do some period propaganda posters on there, and it should come out pretty good. So I made the kind of a height for Popeye, or maybe one of the smaller NECA figures. He sure wouldn't work for Jason. Jason's like 8 inches, so it's just way too big. He's too big for any dang thing, But thanks, Chiltar. I appreciate that, man. I do. It's it's always lately. I'm just really trying. I'm not getting any photography done because all I'm doing is building. But it used to be for me, I just want to take really good photos. And then I wanted to take really good photos with some cool stuff in the background. And then that evolved into, well, man, I can make cool stuff even cooler. And so I'm really just trying to, try new things and experiment with different, you know, um, products and different techniques and things like that. Trying to really, be able to make some nice looking stuff that I can still take great photographs of. The problem with that is that I spend more time making stuff now than I do photographing stuff. So when it's time to photograph stuff, I'm really happy because uh, I get to share, what I made with some cool looking figures in there, and so it feels better taking a photo of something you created, snap face. Yeah, man, you're right. Um, if I could, you know what? Let me bring up. I would. Well, I don't have it here because I have to plug my hard drive into the back. You know what? No, actually, let me go to my website. I want to show you. Let me go back to my very first toy photo. I think I have it on my website. I would show you the original files, but they're on an external hard drive, uh, and I don't have enough USB ports here to plug that in. But let me go to my website and let me see real quick because my very first toy photo, I want to show you. Let me go to my website. Hang on one second. Let me share this screen so you guys can see it. And it's funny how you can. Oh yeah, Kevin, you're right, man. Those Popeyes. Well, you know what? Honestly, that Popeye, and that's why I didn't buy a Popeye before, but I bought that Popeye out of the box. So he didn't come with the box, but he came with all the accessories. So I saved quite a bit of money when I bought that Popeye. And if you go on eBay and you look up open box Popeyes or no box Popeyes, you're gonna find quite a few of them on there, and you're gonna save probably like $80. I think I paid like 100 bucks for him or something, but he had all the accessories, just no box, which I don't care about a box because, oh wow, your first toy photo. I think I burned mine. Too embarrassing. Yeah, right. Snap face. Let me share this screen and let me go share screen. I guess the entire screen. Okay, whatever. This is new to me, so bear with me, guys, because I'm uh, new to this form. Let me go over here to my toy photography tab on my webpage, and let's go all the way. Uh, there's more pages than this, right? Let's see. Um, where's my other pages? I know I got more pages than this. What's the matter with my website? It's cuckoo. Well, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this. No, you know what? That wasn't even my first. Hang on. Oh, whoops. Let me show you my first. And I'm going through all these ideas in my head about, because I already had the gear, right? I already had the gear to take photos, because I took photos of I did food photography for restaurants around here, and I got some, I had some models put in magazines and stuff. So I already had gear to do uh this right here. I already had gear to do let's make sure you guys can see that. Yeah. Okay. So I already had gear to do photography. I just figured, man, I could, and I was doing macro photography already, like of mushrooms and stuff like that. So I said, man, let me do some toy photography. But look at this crummy brick wall. All this is a, uh, make sure you guys can see this. Uh, yeah, you guys can see it, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. So, um, all this is was a a crummy brick wall that I made, and I put a red light on it, and I used some cotton to make a little cigarette smoke, and that bag was some trash that I bought off of eBay. I didn't know you could really just make all this stuff, and then it was a big thing to make stuff. I thought people just bought all that stuff. And you could see there's a bit of hair from a paintbrush in the wall here. There's just the bricks are not even to scale. They're all crummy looking, and it's a good thing it was a dark background because that photo but the lighting was good. I mean, on him, the lighting was good. That's one thing about my photos, that no matter how crummy the background is, the photo of the figure is, or the, the person is always, spot on. I've got good highlights and good shadows, and good drama on the character there. And so, but anyway, I think that was my very first photo that I ever did. As a matter of fact, Sir Dork, when I first saw one of his videos, I'm like, man, I can do that. And so here's a figure that I bought, and we just bought some little crackling balls from the flea market, man. And this is in my driveway. This is a pretty cool figure. He actually caught on fire, but you know, I always have a cat hair over my stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's you know, pets, and that's why I don't let my German Shepherd in my studio. She waits by the door for me, but a German Shepherd, they just have hair everywhere. Let's see some of my other earlier toy photos, man. This yeah, see, this is back when I would buy just regular figures from. Now this one was a little more advanced for me because I posed him. I just started trying to make backgrounds and doing poses and stuff like that. And this was a pretty cool one, even though it was kind of an inexpensive figure. Uh with a lot of glare on there, but I managed to control the light and get some good light just where I wanted it, and some good looking and that was just on a piece of sheetrock. But it's funny when you look at something like that, uh, and then you go up to something more recent. Well, even in the middle, even if you go to the middle, like some of my other earlier stuff where I was really starting to get into building is like this here, where I you know, built this cabin out of foam, and then I put scrapbook paper in there and made it look like old 70s, 60s kind of wallpaper, and had Jason coming out of there, And for a really, you know, un a difficult figure to pose, like this Jason here, which I really like him though. He's really cool. Thanks, Flyrat. I appreciate it, man. Uh, I kind of went from that daredevil kind of no background, just on a piece of sheetrock with some gels behind there, to starting to make stuff like this, or one of my other really favorite early photos is this one here. There's a lot of depth going on here if you don't realize it, but there's the blue color tint from he's coming in from the outside where it's cold. There's little bits of snow and dust falling. You've got a nice warm color temp inside the cabin. I made it so that you can see his eye. I put corn syrupy blood on the knife. And in Photoshop, I created some nice highlights and stuff in the knife. Um, but I mean, this was a really cool one. I got down low with that camera, and that's when I started really getting into trying to make stuff and realizing that, man, people are making stuff and it's incredible. I need to get on that wagon, man. You know, and another one here where I made sure that you can connect with the figure, because just like in portrait photography of people, you want to connect with the person, you know, you want to relate somehow or connect somehow with that model. And I just carried that over into toys. And looking at this picture here, you connect with the eye. We've got some really cool shadow and highlights in the clothing here and in the knife. It's just really a pretty cool photo. But these are some of my earlier ones. Let me see what you guys are saying. Your first backgrounds were from Instaprint dioramas. Are they are they are those the cardboard ones that I see? I see like some extreme sets and stuff where people where they're like cardboard fold out dioramas and stuff, and those look pretty cool. I mean, for me, I've never got one. I think it would be a little tough maybe to control lighting or flash or glare at times on one of those. I've never shot with one, so I don't really know. But I see those a lot, man, and people will use them and make them look really good, or they put stuff up in front of their computer monitor and take pictures. That's pretty cool too. You know, uh, I could teach a class on this. who's who's the spooky mask? Jesus, what's going on, man? Uh, you could teach a class on this. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just an evolving. Let me go back here to my and quit sharing this so we don't. Um, it's just an evolving thing, like anything you do enough of. You should naturally see a progression in it. If you want to continue on in it, you should always like strive to learn more and improve more. And I do, especially when you post stuff live and you do things live, I'm super hypercritical of my of what I post because people will roast you, man. And but I just always want to put out the best thing that I can put at the level that I'm at that time. Not to say that it's my best work, but it's the best where I'm at right now, and I'm always trying to get better. And learn, how to build different things, and the photography part of it isn't so difficult. I mean, that's I've been doing photography for a long time, so that's really not even an issue. I'll tell you what is more of an issue for me. Probably it'd be probably harder for me to go photograph a toy outside. That's what would be more tough. I've done it, but it's outside of my zone of what is you know normal for me, and I prefer inside stuff. But so it's just a natural progression of getting better. Yeah, print them on a card. There's another type that are pre-printed on thick cardboard. What's that? Snap face. Oh yeah, the dioramas. Yeah, and I see those. There's a trick that we would do, and I think people probably do it in toy photography too, where like if you want to take a hummingbird picture or a picture of a bee or something, you take a printout and you put it behind there just out of focus slightly, so that it's a little bit blurred out, and then the hummingbird comes into the flower, and you've got that nice blurry background in the back, instead of telephone wires or something. And I think people do that in toy photography too. They print something out and then they just put it back there, or they take a picture in front of the monitor. you know that's endless. You could take all kinds of pictures because you can just pull up whatever background you want, man, on the monitor. you know Oh, I wanted to tell you, I sold my Phantom 4 Pro Plus was time for someone else to enjoy it. I use the smaller foldable drones now. I couldn't even use the Phantom. You know what? Fly right, you're right. I sold mine, and I just turned down a job. Uh it was a job I did before, and I didn't want to assume the risk this year of it. And so I turned it down because I just thought it was unsafe. I did it the first time, because I just did. But I knew the whole time that I shouldn't be flying there. But at any rate, so yeah, I did sell my Phantom 4 also, and the one drone that I do have left is the Mavic Pro 2, and um, I haven't flown that probably well since that negative tide video. Uh, but it's been raining here too a lot. But for the last couple weeks, it hasn't. But I haven't. Once the springtime comes, I'll go back out to the drone stuff. But yeah, that Phantom Forest. My son would laugh. He'd call it the flying briefcase because that's what it was. There's no portability in that thing at all, man. You're right. And then a snap phase. I don't have a big enough monitor for background. Yeah, you know what? I guess you're right. I probably don't either. I think you'd have to have. Well, I guess. I guess. I mean, if you're doing like Mezco or something, you could just have a. I mean, I don't know even how big my monitor is, but I think I couldn't anyway. Mine's on the wall. But yeah, if you're doing hot toys, you need a big monitor. You need a dang 52-inch TV. Uh, but you know, uh, but at any rate, so oh, and let me show you. So yeah, fly right here, sticker, boom, 4-inch by 4-inch on black. These are the stickers. I'm gonna try to, like I say, I'm trying to find a way to get them out there. I was going to put them on Instagram, my Instagram store, but it's tied to my website. And so by default, it charges a shipping, and I don't want to charge a shipping for the stickers. I just want, a $1.99 and to send them out. But I don't want people to have to pay $4 shipping for a $2 sticker. That's ridiculous. So maybe I might have to do that on like a Venmo or a PayPal or a Cash App or something. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Or when people order something, I'll give them a free sticker. But I want people to be able to get the stickers, but I don't want them to have to pay shipping. That's ridiculous. But yeah, they are pretty cool. Took long enough to get them. I ordered them probably 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. And I mean, they look nice, no doubt. They're reasonably priced, but it took a while to get, but maybe it's just me. I'm impatient. I want everything now. I want my paint to dry now. I want everything right now. you know but at any rate, so yeah, and what other, oh, there's another product I wanted to share with you guys too. Let me uh I got this other product. I forget who mentioned it to me. And I may use it when I build this sidewalk. Let me grab it. I'll show you. It's concrete. Let me bring it's AK Terrain's concrete. And I mean, it looks stinking like concrete. Now, I mean, you could go through, and I made stone and dry brush concrete, and it does take longer, yeah. But you know, sometimes it's nice if you're doing a piece just to whip out a product, and it makes it faster. But this is it is kind of pricey. I forget what I paid for this, but dang it, I mean, it looks like concrete. I mean, right out of the bottle. Let me see. Let me open this. Somebody a friend on Instagram mentioned this product to me, and I'm like, okay, I'll get some and try it out. And let me open this and see. Show you. Oh, it's sealed up good. Yeah, it's these guys make some really good looking. I don't want to get it. Probably get it all over the place. If you can see that, it has a texture to it. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. This is slightly thinner than the the rust corrosion. I'm betting I'm betting AK Terrains makes a huge batch of this same product and just puts different color in it and calls it different stuff. Because this is the same as the rust corrosion. It just looks a little less textured and lighter in color. That's what I would do. Be like, hey, you know, let's whip up a big old batch of this and just put different pigments in it and call it different stuff. But that's what they do. Uh, oh, did you? And it's ready for a rub back to expose the rust. I also went out and bought some AK grime stuff too. Oh yeah, right on, man. You said you had a hobby shop there near you. Um, so if you're able to pick that stuff up local, that's great, man. Uh, and that product you're talking about, that streaky stuff, I will say I did finally buy the or the mineral spirits or whatever it is that they recommend to use for that streaky stuff. Uh and the problem with with that is when you put a little too much on, it takes the paint right away. Spray paint too. I know because I did it today. But if let me show you. So that AK Streaky Grime stuff is great, man. That's a cool product. I'm glad you got some. You're gonna love it. 20 minutes away, right on, man. This is what they recommend to, once that streak dries, they recommend you damp your brush in this and make sure it's not really wet, but just kind of damp. And then run it through the streaks. This here, when you run it through the streaks, it moves the streaks right now. So, and if you wet it too much, it will move the paint underneath the streaks. This here I found, which is Airbrush Thinner, and I used it in that one video I did on the doors. You need to use this while the AK streak stuff is still wet on the model, and it works good. Once it dries, this doesn't work, but when it's wet, it does a good job. But when it's dry and you use this, it really, really does create some cool streaks. But at any rate, I'm glad you were able to get some, because it really does make a difference. And you could do the same thing. Yeah, you could do the same thing. Honestly, I was streaking stuff with just washes, creating different colored washes, and rusting out models with, different colored washes and stippling with sponges and stuff. You don't get the raised up visible texture and that added layer of visual, depth to the piece. But I was doing it with washes and stuff like that. The problem with these things is, man, they add up. I mean, if a guy's on a budget, even if you're not on a budget, they really add up. I mean, a bottle like this is, I don't know, $17 or something. That grimy, streaky stuff you bought, I think it's probably like, well, I don't know what it is over there. I think it was like $18 here. So it really can add up quickly. You know, that's one of the downsides to that stuff, but they work fantastic. That's the upside to it. And honestly, let's see. I'm gonna bring out. I'll bring this up and I'll show you the streaky stuff that I did with that and with that thinner. So I can share it with you real quick. Let me share screen again. Share screen. Do share screen. Okay. Entire screen. Okay. Entire screen. Okay, let me go back over here to Photoshop, and then so if let me go to another image. Oh no, oof. I love that image. Let's go over here to wherever these right here. Okay, so you can see, let me bring this in just a little bit and pan around. So you can see here on the bottom, I turned the piece upside down. So the bottom was up and then I streaked it down. Same here. I brushed it all in the corner. I had it upside down and then I streaked it down in like a rat tail motion. And up here, same thing. I put it in the corners and I turned it right side up and I streaked it down in a rat tail motion, it really does work really nicely, without a doubt. I mean, that streaky stuff is great. I don't know what they used to make that. It's funny. You wouldn't think it would be so hard to make something look bad. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, the stream. There we go. Wrong button. Um, it takes a lot of work to make something look crappy. um, you'd think it'd be easy. And you mentioned you bought some HO size figures. Yeah, those are. I've been watching lately, talking about HO, a lot of weathering boxcar videos and weathering locomotives and graffiti and things like that with the HO scenes. And I've always watched a lot of the dollhouse building stuff because you can carry that right over into what we do. Uh, and same with the HO stuff, the weathering and things like that. They've got some great techniques on weathering, that you can carry right over into the toy photography. So I spend my day, and I shouldn't say it, at work, listening to or watching YouTube channels that are directly related to what we do. You can learn techniques from and products from all kinds of different, whether it's tabletop gaming like Dungeons and Dragons type stuff, or model railroad stuff. Those guys are all doing the same things that we're doing. We're just doing it for toys, and so it's pretty cool to carry some of that stuff over into the toy photography, and making stuff. Without a doubt, it's pretty good stuff. But well, man, I'm liking this StreamYard anyway. Seems to be pretty good. I can share stuff. I didn't, I like to live stream while I'm just building something. That way nobody sees me. They just see my hands. That's great. I like it that way. But I need to get a little bit more other types of live streams also. And like I say, I think I'm going to start doing a regular live stream maybe every Friday. That being said, speaking of streaking stuff, I'm a truck driver. I haul gas, and I've been driving truck for about 25 years, so I love trucks. This here, I've had it for quite a while. I bought it on eBay, and I want to get it into toy photography somehow, but I'm going to use some of that streak stuff on here, man, and streak this bad boy up. Look at this cool Freightliner cab over tow truck, man. Is that not super neat? Man, I love cab overs anyway. Yeah, good to see me, right? Yeah. I'm like, what was that show, Home Improvement, where you only ever saw the guy like this over the fence? That's me. That's all you need to see. But yeah, this is really cool, and I would love to airbrush this up and kind of grime it up. And to put this in a photo, I would have to create some smaller buildings, some forced perspective type stuff, and or create hills or something in there. And I would have to, if I wanted to use a figure with this, I mean, I could do it. It would take some planning, but it's even got the dual tanks. It's got rubber tires. Gosh, man, it's really cool. I love trucks, man. Love them old cab over trucks, without a doubt. Well, in Australia, they got trucks that are like 75 trailers long. So those guys are doing it, honestly. To back on some of this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of my other photography, the uh Milky Way stuff that I used to do, going out and shooting the galaxy. But mentioning Australia, you guys have some of the darkest skies in the world outside of Chile. But let me go to my web. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of these photos. I mean, you guys know I do toy photography, but my actual what I started to do. Let me add this share a screen here real quick. Hang on one second. Stop screen sharing. Okay. And let me share this. Give me one second. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Um, okay, so let me go over here to close this, and let me go down to I'll have to go to the back end of my website, I think, to do it. let's see. Give me 1 second. I think because I don't have them. They're on a different hard drive. But I'll see if I can share this stuff with you real quick. Let me go down to where is it at? Portraits, gallery, because I've got a lot of light painting and I've got a lot of other photography that I do that you may not have seen, but I'm trying to. Oh, here we go. No, 12 photography, portraits. No, that's like some boudoir stuff that I did. I don't want to share those. I have I don't know where. Well, I thought it was on here. Let me go back to the home page real quick. Hang on. Pages. Well, I don't know where it's at on here. I thought I'd be able to see it here, but I guess not. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I'd have to bring it up on my oh, here we no portrait packages gallery. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, so here's some like some light paint. Ah, you know what? And you guys have probably never seen this, and you may appreciate these. I mean, these are nice photos. If you galaxy photos of like the Milky Way and stuff like that, let's open this one and just oh whoops close. Um, see if I can open that one somehow here. Oh well, I don't know. It's not gonna let me open it for some reason. Uh oh well. Um Odd. Well, anyway, I won't waste you guys' time with that. But I would like to next time I come on here and live, I'll share with you. Um oh yeah, yeah. Hey, what's going on in Trepids? You know what? There's a few Australian people on here, man. I got a buddy that lives here. He's from Australia. Then there's Snap Phase and Intrepids, and there's another person from Australia. I can't remember who it is, but man, yeah, isn't it amazing how the internet can? You're just right here, and we're all just chatting and typing and yeah. That old crane truck is matter of fact, if I could plug another hard drive in right now I would, but all my other accessible USB ports are in the back of my computer, so I can't. But I've got matter of fact, uh here is one. This is a light paint that I did. Actually, I built this frame too, but this is a light paint that I did where I love these old trucks sitting out in the middle of farmers fields or whatever. I'll go and I'll set up some flashes and I'll do what's called light painting with them. And in the back, it's hard for the camera to focus, but this is a starry sky in the back. You can't really see it right now too easily, but this is a nice light paint also that I did. And I would do a lot of this like either in California or there's some that I did in Nevada. And it's I need to honestly get out and do some more of that. This Milky Way season, I'm going to make it a point to get out and do some Milky Way shots. I didn't get out last season. Uh, you know, and then what happens here in California anyway, or even sometimes it carries over into Nevada is you'll get these wildfires out here and they'll just ruin the sky. So um you won't be able to go do any Milky Way photos because the sky is so covered with smoke that there's no night, there's no stars visible. But and then even last year, during COVID, Yosemite they had closed it, but I still snuck out there and got some beautiful shots of the Milky Way from with Half Dome and stuff like that. But thanks, Snapface, I appreciate it. You know, do you do photography or are you into? Oh, yeah. So I mean, there's just lots of different things that got me into that I like doing in photography and toys toys is the one I say that I can be lazy in because I don't have to go anywhere. The thing about landscape photography is you have to go somewhere. You have to plan it. It has to be either at a sunrise, at a sunset, or there has to, it has to be planned at a certain time, and you have to go there. So the older I get, the less I want to go anywhere. So I get to stay in my garage and be lazy and photograph toys. So, but it's really not. Uh, you're not able to be lazy in your garage either because you have to build stuff. So, who you got in the game this weekend since you're in California? I'm gonna admit this on live for the world to see at some point if they want and mock me. But I'm probably the only guy in the entire world that knows nothing about football. I don't follow any sports at all. um Somebody's probably gonna roast me over that later, but I tell my kids, you know, uh it's incredible how much they know about a particular sports player, uh, and you know how you know how that sports player knows nothing about them. you know, uh, but it's funny. I don't follow sports at all. I if you want to lose me and make me fall asleep, talk about sports. I'll nod and smile and say some generic responses, but I don't know anything about sports. I live right by the Coliseum too in Oakland, and so the Raiders, you know, would play here. The A's still play here. I mean, I live. You can see the Coliseum from my house. I live that close to it. And as a kid, I would go there to the A's games, and we'd get the Mother's Cookies cards and the Jose Canseco and Ricky Henderson. You're not just a hot dog anymore, whatever that commercial was. Uh, and so as a kid, I would go to the Coliseum quite often with one of my family members and watch the baseball games. And I played baseball a little bit in high school, but I just never got into watching sports. I'm always too. Part of my deal is I need to feel like I've done something for the day, and and I don't care. I can't sit still. I'm not a sit still person. I need to feel productive in some way, and that's a bit of a burden. But I don't. Sports will take up all of my time if I watched it probably, and I would get nothing done. I love your talent. Screw football. Yeah. Hey, I can't knock them guys. They're getting paid big money for throwing balls and hitting sticks and whatever. I mean, they're making bread. But yeah, no, I hear you, man. I you know, I mean, I love to go I like to go bowling. I wouldn't mind playing baseball. Of course, I'm all out of shape. I wouldn't make it to first base, but I just stay in my garage anymore. It suits me just fine. You're right. You've never been to California, but you're a big Niners fan, so I hope you get there one day. Oh yeah, yeah. Levi Stadium is probably from me 40 minutes, 45 minutes south. It's not far. Matter of fact, when I go do train photography and I'll usually go out to a part of the tracks out there that's not far from. You can look south and see Levi Stadium quite a ways out in the distance, but you can see it. But yeah, there's so many stadiums and stuff around here. Where I live, right in Oakland. I mean, I look across the water and there's San Francisco. We see all the bridges from right here, and they're in a pretty central part of California, whether I like it or not. it's where I am. But I have a brick with my name on it at Levi. Oh, do you really? How much do they charge you for that? You're a NASCAR fan, so that consumes my Sundays usually, Kevin. Yeah. Uh, Sonoma Raceway is out here too. And with work, I often go past Sonoma Raceway quite often. Uh, and they do, I guess, is that NASCAR or Sonoma Raceway? I guess they do. They have race cars there. I know that. I don't know if it's NASCAR. I don't know if there's a difference, but they come and they pack that whole dang racetrack. And on that race day, week or weekend or whatever it is, I don't want to be anywhere around that place. It is nuts. But yeah, they've got the racetrack over there. Old girlfriend brought it for me. Oh, right on. So who cares what it cost? That's cool, man. I have a brick there. I always wanted to try a panning shot of a car. You know, uh, I used to go out and when I first got into photography, Snapface, I would do that. I would pan with the bicycles around the lake or pan with cars or trucks until I got, you know, familiar with how the cameras worked and all that stuff. And I've still got those old pictures somewhere. But yeah, it's fun. It's nice to be able to do that. Uh, I don't know what it looks like where you live. If they're like there's busy freeways, I have no idea what any of that looks like over there. Uh, when but like where I live, it wouldn't be hard to take a picture of a car going by panning with it because there's just so many right here. But I don't know how it looks where you are. When I think of Australia, I think of the wide open 17-mile long trucks and desert for miles. That's what I envision. I don't know. I'm probably way off, but I'm in NASCAR country. Did a video of one of the old abandoned racetracks here in Carolina. Right on. Yeah. We live by also Golden Gate Fields, which I don't even know how. I mean, the horse racing, honestly, I don't even know if that's still a big thing, but that track has been there forever since I was a kid. And it's on some great real estate. I'm surprised it's still there. I'm surprised they haven't come in and said, we're going to kick you out and put in a bunch of houses that are supposed to be affordable. But so we live by there. There used to be Bay Meadows and Tanforan were the other two racetracks around here, but they've since closed a long time ago, and Tanforan actually turned into a mall. But Golden Gate Fields is still right here. So there's Levi Stadium, there's the Oakland Coliseum, then there's they're trying to well the I forget what they call it over there in San Francisco, the basketball people. What are they? Golden State Warriors. They went over there. They used to play right at the Coliseum, but they went over to San Francisco. And we've got a few horse tracks and a few race car tracks, but yeah, I don't follow the sports a whole lot. The largest concentration of suburbia in the world. It can take nearly 2 hours to drive from one end to the other. Oh wow. You know what I should do, man? I should Google Earth your your area and see what it looks like over there, because I have no idea what it looks like. Over there. You know, 2 hours here, Snap Phase, would get you about 15 miles. There's so much traffic. 2 hours would get you about 15 miles. Not on Monday. On Monday, you'd get a little further. Wednesday or Thursday, yeah, you're not getting anywhere in 2 hours. So, well, the guy in Cincinnati flew the drone into the stadium. No, I did not see that. Fly right. There's been some knucklehead stuff with drones, man, and I just don't know. I just don't know how they cannot know what they're doing is is wrong. It's crazy. That's why I turned down that other job. Uh, it was, you couldn't get a waiver from the airport, and it was a small airport, and it's right there at the end of the raceway. And these guys say, oh well, we have drone people do it all the time. Yeah, well, that's fine. I just go call one of them then, because what's going to happen is, so you can get coverage of your boat race. One time a drone is going to go cuckoo, or a plane is going to malfunction, and it's going to fly lower than it's supposed to, and that drone is going to hit that plane, and all those people are going to fall in the water, and y'all are going to blame the poor drone operator. I already know how it works, so I'm not going to be the guy that flies my drone into a plane. I'll be the guy for some other dumb stuff, but not that. Yeah, I bet they will, man. The guy posted, oh my God. They always do, don't they? They out themselves. And it's crazy, man. yeah, it's just nuts, to I mean, I get it. Matter of fact, I got to renew my license. I think my license renews in September. I've got a little time on my license still. Uh, but yeah, they do some bonehead stuff with the drones, man. You know, absolutely, man. Uh, but at any rate, well, heck, man, I'm gonna jump on off of here and go do a couple things and print some stuff. And I've got to make a door handle and do a couple things. But man, I appreciate you guys chiming in. I'm trying to yeah, enjoy it while I can. You're right. Who knows how long it'll be permissible as a hobby. Uh I mean, if you don't have a license and insurance and all these other things and geo, tracking and all this other stuff, yeah, it's changing a lot, and it's going to get really regulated, and it's going to get really regulated the more these people go up and they endanger people's lives and they hit planes and helicopters and fly into stadiums. It's just going to get more and more, more and more regulated until it's just not, like you say, you're not going to be able to do it, you know. All right, man. Hey, so yeah, I'm gonna jump off here and go do some other stuff, and I'm gonna try to set up a live stream like this. Maybe every other Friday. I'm not sure what's a good time for folks, but Fridays at 5:30 or 6:30 my time works out great for me, and I will try to now with this program. I can, thanks, man. I appreciate it, Kevin. I can set a reminder in my Instagram stories that you guys can click on and set you a reminder. But the Instagram stories only last like 24 hours, so I have to keep reminding myself to set another Instagram story. But I think every other Friday maybe what I aim for, and then I'll do some random thing while I'm building something, like I usually do, where I just do some unannounced like little live thing or something. We'll see, but I do want to do some more live streams like this. It's fun, and finding different topics and things to talk about, and different things to build or whatever. Trying out new products and stuff. But at any rate, thanks, man, from the stream from Panama, man. Woo, Panama, Australia, man. You guys are out there, right on, Edwin. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for chiming in, man. Saying hello. Uh, but yeah, every other Friday, man. Let's just figure on me being here, and I'll put reminders out at 5:30. Um, if that works out for, like, when you wake up at 3 a.m. and start building. Yes, Snap Phase, you're right. When I wake up at 3 a.m. and I can't even see straight, but I'm trying to cut stuff, that's the perfect time for me to live stream. Yeah, who needs fingers? It's only blood, I mean, I get more blood. It's no big deal. But anyway, all right, man. Well, yeah. So let's figure every other Friday, man, is what I'll do. And if not, then I'll announce that. But I try to keep stuff posted in my community section on YouTube, and I try to, since Instagram is where I get more action with the toy photography than any of the other stuff, like Facebook or TikTok. Those don't really get much toy photography action. So I'll keep everything updated in the community section of YouTube and on my Instagram page. So that'll be cool. So anyway, right on. Well, I appreciate it, man. You guys take care. Have a great night or day or afternoon, Australia. And I don't even know what time it is in Panama. But you guys have a great night, and I'm going to jump on out of here. And Fly Right, hit me up. Any of you guys hit me up in my messages, and I'll get you some stickers, man. I got these cool stickers. They need to go somewhere. You guys take care, man. Whoop, in broadcast. There we go.